Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is the mental wellness channel with Waihiga. If you're new here, I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to share. Today, I want to talk about the whole Nicki Minaj saga. I didn't think that I was going to talk about it, but the more that days are going by, I definitely want to get into this. So let's get into it. As you guys know, Nicki Minaj has released a song called Bigfoot. I'm not even going to post the lyrics here. I'm not going to play the song, nothing like that. And it is a diss track against Megan Thee Stallion because Megan Thee Stallion released a song called Hiss, where she was basically alluding or dissing Nicki Minaj, her husband, and her brother, who are both sex offenders. By the line, these women or these people are not mad at Megan, they're mad at Megan's law. Nicki Minaj did not take it too well, and she went onto the internet, she went onto Instagram and had a meltdown, complete meltdown for a couple of hours. And after that, she released Bigfoot, which was this diss track where she went on to talk about Megan's dead mom, which is horrific, and went on to accuse Megan Thee Stallion of a whole lot of things. I'm coming here today not to talk about the tea, not to talk about the gossip, not to talk about it from that angle, but I'm coming to talk about it from the point of view of God. This is why human beings should not worship other human beings. You have the Barbs, who are Nicki Minaj's fan base, doxing, abusing, riling up for their queen, fighting for their queen. And if anybody comes out onto this internet and says anything different about Nicki Minaj, these people will attack and abuse you.
Nicki Minaj is essentially the Dr. Seuss of her time, and what I mean when I say that is she's objectively a disgusting and reprehensible person by pretty much all metrics of basic humanity and common decency, yet her one singular talent that appears to be an innate ability to rhyme words together in a silly fashion that particularly resonates with children has cemented her with a legacy she really does not deserve as much as many female rappers who came before her. In case you're not already up to date, the self-proclaimed queen of rape has spent the past 24 hours deflecting from the fact that her husband is a convicted sexual predator who is not allowed near public parks or elementary schools by making fun of Megan Thee Stallion for getting shot, as well as referring to her as Bigfoot. It's always amusing to me how Nicki Minaj immediately jumps to making fun of other people's appearances as if she didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in 2008 getting illegal Craigslist butt injections from some guy in his basement. And not just that, she lied about it for 10 years and only confessed after her ass cheeks were visibly deflating in public and everybody could already tell. And listen, I'm not at all reveling in the fact that she's a terrible person. I was a very big Nicki Minaj fan growing up. Ask anybody who went to middle school with me. I loved her so much I would defend her to anybody who would listen. I saw her doing that, I'm gonna put her in a and I was like, huh, finally some real music. However, around 2018, when she started intentionally surrounding herself with sex offenders, I kind of fell off the wagon. She was announcing her associations with them faster than she was dropping new music. And it's always especially humorous to me when I see Nicki Minaj as well as her fans attempt to defend her by saying, you only attack the men she associates with for being sexual predators because you don't have anything on her. I beg to differ, Barbs. Because not only are we talking about a woman who once gave a lap dance to a 13-year-old boy, we're talking about a woman who once made a song with a then 16-year-old little twist, in which she says these lyrics. In conclusion, yeah, she's going to hell. Let's hope all that silicone doesn't release too many toxic fumes while she's burning.
We've seen it happen to this guy in question, and it has happened to many people over the years. Whenever someone criticizes or says something about Nicki Minaj that isn't favorable, her fans called the Barbs will hunt you down and come for you. And this is why putting our worship onto Jesus is what matters. Human beings, I believe, are made to worship. Why would Barbs go as far as they would for Nicki Minaj? Because human beings are innately made to worship. If we're not worshiping God, we're worshiping other human beings. We're worshiping money. We're worshiping music. we're worshiping vanity, we're worshiping something. And that is literally the biggest issue I see here. I've been following the story closely, and I think it's sad because the Barbs are probably a huge group of educated people who live regular lives and somehow got swept up with Nicki Minaj and made her their idol, and now will do anything for her. It's absolutely disturbing, the lengths that people will go for their idol. And the fact that the word idol today is revered. It's looked as something that is a great thing to be. Back when I was growing up, an idol was not really seen as a good thing. An idol was exactly that, an idol, something that was stoic and distracted you from the true God. It was a counterfeit for God. That is what an idol was. It was in the place of God. And now we've come up with sayings like idol and iconic and all that stuff, and we say that it's a good thing. It's not a good thing, because look how people are acting. Completely irrational. Nicki Minaj is a woman, a 41-year-old woman who knowingly married a sex offender, who has harassed that rapist's victim over and over and over the years. Her name is Jennifer Ho.
Jennifer, have you ever spoken to Nicki directly?
I did, in March of 2020. She called me, and she said that she got word that I was willing to help them out in a situation. I didn't understand what she was referring to. She offered to fly me and my family to LA. I turned it down, and I told her, woman to woman, this really happened. And I hadn't spoken to her since.
Now, you allege that Nicki and Kenneth were harassing you. In what way?
With them sending people to negotiate numbers as far as money is concerned with family members. And Nicki is the one who personally reached out to me. She's, in regards to helping them in this situation.
So Jennifer Huff went onto the reel to basically speak her truth from what happened to her originally with Kenneth Petty to the ongoing harassment she has been receiving from him and Nicki Minaj. And this interview nearly brought me to tears. She gave a full account of what had happened in 1994. She talked about how her family tried to force her to drop the initial charges, which was originally first-degree R, but that's why it was brought down to first-degree attempted R. She spoke about the numerous times she was offered money by Nicki and her team, and after the final time she had said no, they had responded to her saying that that money that she didn't take was going to be used to put a bounty on her head. I want y'all to comprehend how mentally and emotionally traumatic it is to not only relive your trauma, but to say it out loud. In the comments I'm seeing about people victim blaming and saying how the story isn't true and how she's doing this for money is why Black women will never be protected. Because you can't comprehend Black women as simple human beings who are violated and deserve protection. Literally, we can go all the way back to slavery about this, but this is a different video. If you are a fan or a stan that's still defending Nicki after this, or trying to make up excuses, or just ignoring the whole thing altogether just because you don't want to acknowledge that your favorite person is contributing to someone's pain, you're part of the problem. I pray for Jennifer. I'm praying for her family. I'm praying for her daughters, because having the bravery to speak on your story, it's a lot mentally and emotionally, and I just wish and pray for them to have healing.
I really stopped messing with Nicki Minaj when I watched Jennifer Ho's interview on The Real. When she did that interview on The Real, I 100% believed her. And the things she said that Nicki and her team did to her are unbelievable. And yet this is a woman that you guys hold in high esteem. This is a woman that you guys celebrate as the queen of rap. This is the woman that you will put your career and your life and whatever on the line for. A woman who tears down other women. A woman who tears down victims of rape that her husband allegedly did these things to. It's disturbing. When that interview came out, I think that was 2017, 2018. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I think I'm done here. I think I'm done here. And her music has always just gotten more and more aggressive, and she's just become more and more mean. She's shown her true self. And the fact that people are still there defending her action, defending what she's doing, and saying that this behavior is okay. And no, Bigfoot is not a bad diss song. This is just a warm-up. This is just a warm-up. Wait for the real. She says she has like 5 diss tracks waiting. Just wait for the real Nicki Minaj to show up. You know, this was just a warm-up. Are you people delusional? This is bad enough. She talked about Megan Thee Stallion's dead mother. Do we have no boundaries anymore? Do we have no lengths that we go to anymore? Like, this was horrible. So just from that point of view, I believe that we really need to stop making celebrities our idols. We need to stop worshipping celebrities. Clearly, whoever she worships is not of God. And why would you want to do anything, to have anything to do with that? This whole fight is immature and it's malicious. Not only is it malicious, it's evil. If I were you, meaning I were a Bard or a Nicki Minaj fan, I would think very long and hard about what I'm doing in that fandom. I'd think hard about who my queen represents, what she represents, and I would wonder if it's worth it. Because that is literally the cult of Nicki Minaj. It's happening in plain sight. And if you don't get out now, God bless you. So just get out, repent, pray to God, and make Jesus the true king of your heart, not Nicki Minaj. Until the next video. Bye, guys.